Look, when Republicans need a midterm lift, there's only one man who could turn out the crowds. And today, the sprint to November kicked off in Iowa, where the Trump magic began.
This is a state that's been with me all three times, right?
Since the very beginning, boss. The very beginning.
I love this place. This was the beginning of my politics, right?
That's right.
And it treated me well right from the beginning.
He's already celebrating our 250th birthday and dropped some very good news.
Today, I'm pleased to announce one more historic investment. John Deere is doing $70 million in factory in North Carolina. It's brand new, the best in the world. And I think it's going to pay off very, very big. And if it doesn't, I have nothing to do with it. But if it does, I'm going to take full credit.
Almost 80, and he's campaigning like he's 40. Now, how many announcements like that did Biden make?
The Biden nightmare cost a typical American family $34,000 in 4 years. But after 1 year of Trump, real wages are already up more than $2,000. And thanks to our tax cuts, millions of Americans will soon receive record-setting tax refunds, an average of more than $1,000.
The money's going to start coming in. Scott Bessent keeps saying that. And it's exactly what the voters need to hear. Here to respond, Kellyanne Conway, Fox News contributor, former senior counselor to President Trump, along with Doug Schoen, Democratic strategist and pollster. Okay, so Doug, I talked about this with Governor DeSantis, and I'm going to ask you the same question. We have all this good economic news rolling in from the GDP numbers. Obviously, the border flow is way down. We have Trump leaning forward on foreign policy in a very confident way, clearly going to get his way in Greenland. So that's all good stuff. But yet consumer confidence has dropped now again. It went up a little bit last month. It's dropped again. People still cite high prices. And by one measure, the low point goes back to like 2021. And so it's falling short of where the president wants it to be. So what needs to happen between now and November to get these numbers up?
I think the Republicans and Donald Trump have to convince the American people that his policies have made a demonstrable difference in their economic circumstances. The other thing, which I suspect Kellyanne will agree with, there has to be the case made on the other side that my party, the Democrats, have failed to articulate an alternative policy and an alternative approach to that which Biden and now the progressives champion, which any rational person is going to say has been a failure. So for me, what Trump was doing today is the start of what the Republicans have to do. They've got a long way to go. There's a lot of doubt out there, but certainly the polling shows while the president's approval is down, what is not that big is the gap between Republicans and Democrats. It's only 3 or 4 points, which gives the Republicans a fighting chance.
Yeah, Kellyanne, I think you've said this before. It bears repeating that you can't just say Democrats are leftist, Democrats are communist, Democrats are socialist. Yeah, that's fine when you're running in 2024. But now this has to be turned, and people have to start feeling really good. Like Reagan did that, time and again. But midterms are tough. What's the secret sauce here?
They're tough, Laura, and nice to be with Doug and you. President Trump admitted that today to your colleague Will Cain. He said these are always tough, but we're going to try to reverse the trend. How? By succeeding and making sure people understand that they own the success. I was critical of the 2022 midterms because without Trump on the ballot, I thought a lot of our candidates failed to complete their sentences. They said things like socialist, inflation, Biden, Afghanistan, Kamala. Those are barely words, not sentences. We, the people, will accept, and indeed we expect, a full sentence of what you've done for us. I think the president going out and making the case is so critically important, Laura, because when he's on the ballot, he does help folks come over the finish line. Without him on the ballot, it's tough. He's got this inimitable connective tissue with folks. But let's just review the numbers. If you cut the deficit in trade by 77% if there's been 52 records in the stock market last week, he said in Davos. I think now we shift from gas and groceries over to housing and health care as these affordability pillars. The average age for the first-time homebuyer is 40. I think what the president is saying when he's calling into account our interest rates are going down, but they need to go down more, and there's a lack of inventory, but he's trying to be creative. Tomorrow he and Secretary Bessent and others here in Washington, D.C. will announce these Trump accounts, $1,000 for every new baby born during his presidency. People say, what can you do with $1,000? Some people say if you compound the interest and you just don't touch it, it could be over $1 million easily by the time you're 25 or so. But I agree with you, and Laura, there's another thing. Got to get the president out on the stump because there's no one like him, but for another reason. This is the OG DJT. He's going to feel the energy from the crowd, and we have to stave off retirements. I'm worried a lot more Republicans want to retire this year rather than hang on there and grow our slim majority. Democrats have no answer except Trump, Trump, Trump. So that doesn't win the elections.
Yeah, I mean, and also, this is our 250th birthday year. This is the World Cup, the Olympics. I mean, this has got to be sunshine and roses and the pursuit of happiness, Doug. I think the Minneapolis thing, obviously the left wanted what the left wanted there. But the people want things to calm down a little bit, get the immigration stuff done, calm down a little bit, and give us a path forward that is clear and patriotic and have a little fun. I think people want to enjoy themselves. The fight is good, but you got to be a happy warrior. Doug, close it out.
The way I'd say it is hope and optimism are what the American people want. Trump started that process today. My party has failed utterly on that. And if the gap between the economic statistics and perception is closed and there is a future that people can believe in, it will be a very competitive midterm, because I can tell you my party is just going to run a negative campaign, Laura, which usually works but doesn't have to work. And I think Kellyanne is making important points.
Absolutely. Kellyanne, Doug, both of you, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.